just keeping us up to date with the coach's instructions. As we see that the umpire now is talking to Paul Cheetahs. And I think he may have been reported. Rod Doubledam asking the question, wanting to know exactly what was going on.
And Connor's not letting Doubledam out of his side by side.
Yes, and has done a fairly good job too for the Bannockburn side. Number 3 there in Kevin Connors, commonly known to his friends as Chops. And Chops will be very pleased, I would say, with his efforts today, especially if they could bring home the bacon at 5 o'clock. But still, there's 30 minutes of football left in it here at Winters Reserve as the umpire now raises the ball to commence this final quarter, where we see that Bannockburn enjoying a 10-point advantage.
Right, Woodman in on the ball. The other big fellow for Turnley gone to centre forward, and Wayne Woodman into a forward pocket.
Well, we see Sudsy now go out and, oh, great mark. Not paid by the umpire. Dearie me. That was Dingo Posman. It comes to Terry Hart now. That's the rash. Kicks under pressure, and I think you'll find that the East Belmont boys appear to be pretty well pumped up here, and they're going hell full leather at the footy at the present time, and their opposition, forcing that error, and you'll see now that Paul Cheetahs will take the penalty free kick on the half-forward flank, members' side of Winters Reserve. Cheetahs, the big spiral torpedo. He's kicked at 70 metres. Kelly flies, but put the head down. It spills to where we see Turnley feed off to his little centreman there in Pickering. That's the twang. Kicks long, but, Aussie Joe has put down an easy chest mark. Comes back to where we see a hand pass, which was a poor one. Put the ice underneath the footy, but the big fellow in Ricky Larkins has lost his footing and has infringed with Gary Condon, and he'll take the free kick for the Bannockburn side on centre wing. Plays on now. Kicks up there looking for the big fellow. Oh, pushed him in the back too there for mine. But no free kick forthcoming. Good smothering football here, but see Pickering weave through the pack. Great pressure there though from, that was Raph Lucas in Porky. But the ball spills free, and a good chest mark there in front of that player in Michael Johns has been taken there by Darryl Delicate. Pilgrim has kicked 2 goals in that first quarter, hasn't been sighted since, and well, there's an opportunity here. He's right on the boundary line, as you can see, 30 metres from goal. The drop punt looks all right, but I think you'll find that he's just hooked it slightly, and the first minor score of this quarter.
Right, the final quarter, the guest video production final quarter. We've been going 2 minutes into this, the final quarter. East Belmont 11-6-72, Bannockburn 13-5-83. Right, the ball brought back into play. Out to the half-back line, players contest. Ball comes to the ground, tap forward for East Belmont. A kick off the ground by East Belmont, sees the ball go down towards centre half forward. Coming across there for East Belmont and trapping the ball there is Bukta. Bukta's handball goes nowhere. Hart kicks the ball off the ground. Woodman out on that far wing, ducks his head, taps the ball forward, picks it up, kicks the ball towards the forward pocket. Henderson comes out, underruns the ball, over the back of the pack it goes towards the boundary line, kicked back into play by Bannockburn, sees the ball go to the 10-yard square, tap back there for Bannockburn, player I thought he had the ball.
Well, the umpires indicated it was a high tackle. The umpire has indicated that this free kick to Ronnie Pilgrim was because of a high tackle, and he's grabbed him around the shoulder.
He had both,
the arm.
Had both arms.
Well, what can you say? It must be very hard for the East Belmont boys when they see these sorts of things happening so close to goal. As Ronnie Pilgrim waltzes in and splits the woodwork and kicks his 3rd Omega, and Bannockburn's 14th, and that's what East Belmont did not want.
No, and at the 4-minute mark of the last quarter, the guest video production final quarter, we have East Belmont on 11-6-72, Bannockburn 14-5-89.
Well, still early days, and well, there's only 3 kicks in it. 3 straight goals to East Belmont, and they're in front.
Right, Larkins and Woodman. Woodman taps the ball forward where we see it elude Connors. A handball out by East Belmont. There, trapping the ball for East Belmont was Davidson, and the umpire's going to move in and ball it up.
Well, Mr. Woodman, very keen there, like a little spring chicken. Jumps out of that pack with the footy, but the umpire had already said he was going to bounce the ball.
He's done a great job for his side today, Ron. He's been on the ball all day. He's been running all day. The ball's bounced in the centre. The big fella Larkins taps the ball forward. Bannockburn kick it towards to their forward line, where a mark has been paid down there to the big fella for Bannockburn in the agency of Woodman. Right, Wayne Woodman kicks the ball towards the 10
thing's still alive too.
10-yard square. East Belmont double down, overruns the ball. A bit of a skirmish behind the play, up there in the forward pocket, and the umpire moves in, called a halt to the game, and just a bit of jostling.
Yep, Aussie Joe Posman is just letting... no, it's the Gazoo there, I think. Ronnie Pilgrim to keep out of it, and the boys just sorting themselves out. Well, emotions running high because, well, it's like a grand final for both sides, because I'd say they will be playing off this year for the 1990 Division 2 Geelong District Football League Premiership. So, yep, it's a good, tough, hard game of Australian rules here this afternoon at Winters Reserve, as the captain coach, to the delight of the East Belmont cheer squad there, goes to Rod Doubledam. Directs play across the ground too, and that finds Gazoo. Gazoo now, that's Dave Ferguson, finds Ernie Posman. Dingo breaks clear, kicks long. That's the order of the day, but there's nobody home for the East Belmont side except Tools. That's Gary Tillman.
Right, Tillman kicks the ball out towards Woodman on the far side of the ground. Over the back of the pack there for East Belmont was Ferguson. Couldn't control the ball. It goes down. Woodman picks it up, screws round, kicks the ball back towards the wing. Comes up, they fly. Over the back of the pack is doubled and taps the ball forward. No one can get it. Wayne Woodman in there for Bannockburn. Comes out where we see for Bannockburn, Ward pick it up. Kick it wide where we see Pilgrim, Mark, handball towards the forward pocket, and it beats all players across the line and we'll have a throw in.
Well, ideal conditions here now. The bit of blue sky with some scattered cloud, but no breeze at all. And I would suggest we'll see some very good football here in the last 25 minutes of this great game here, the match of the day, round 14, where we see Woodman again, who's dominating most of the aerial duels here this afternoon. Michael Johns, though, breaks clear and gets a quick kick out of defence to the members' wing, and we'll see another throw-in.
Right, we've got Turnley back in on the ball for Bannockburn. Larkin still in there for East Belmont, and Woodman still coming over the back at the boundary throw-ins. Right, over Woodman taps it down again. A scrambly kick there, no one can get possession of it. East Belmont with a handball out, but coming through there as Bannockburn kicked the ball forward towards centre forward. Strong defensive play here by East Belmont. Trapped there nicely for Bannockburn by Dillon. Dillon's handball goes out towards the forward pocket. The big fella out there in Turnley handballs it towards the line. The umpire's moving in and we'll have a throw in.
Well, yes, a little bit of indecision there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pay a free kick, but he didn't.
Well,
right.
Woodman flies high, gets the ball down to where his smaller men work hard in Connors. It's a short kick, but underneath the football, taking a great mark, was Dave Ferguson, the Gazoo. He's got options out here too. Good football, Dave, as he's directed traffic to the outer side of the ground to Harry Edwards. Harry's got Kells now. Looks up the ground and Kells there, sticks the one hand out and takes a nice mark. Now, he's telling the umpire he's gone over his mark, but kick the ball, Cal. That's the order of the afternoon. In front, Tools takes a great mark in front of Paul Cheetahs, and Gary Toolman now repelling an East Belmont forward thrust. Goes short, looking there for Woodman. A chook there. Hit him pretty hard too, and that hurt Alan Woodman. Alan Woodman now on the hands and knees. Just feeling the pinch a little bit of that clash. As he's now just getting his composure. Alan Woodman now.
The umpire hasn't blown time back on.
Kicks long up there. Davidson flies high, but that was poor football because no one was down for East Belmont except Pilgrim. Goes over inside to Connors. Looks there for Turnley. Oh, going through there was Aussie Joe Posman. Comes to where Double Dam now. Under pressure. Feeds off. A little bit slow as we see now that Connors again gets a quick kick. And looking up there for Pilgrim. He didn't really want it, but Wayne Woodman does. Goes outside there looking for Chris Hart, but I think you'll find, yes, the ball has beaten that player over the line, and we'll see a throw in some 55 metres from the Bannockburn goal.
Right, the throw in down in the forward pocket there for Bannockburn. Ball tapped forward, picked up in defence there by Edwards. Edwards kicks towards the wing, but unfortunately for East Belmont, the only player there is Pickering for Bannockburn, who takes a strong overhead mark. No one on the mark. Pickering has one bounce, runs through towards the half-forward line, kicks towards the pocket. Up high for Bannockburn, unable to take the mark down there in that forward pocket, and the ball has gone across the line, and we'll have a throw in.
Well, Bannockburn doing a bit of the attacking now. We've been travelling 8.5 minutes of this final quarter. Pack of players fly. It comes down to where Delegate Pilgrim screws the ball back over his right shoulder on that left foot, but is offline for another minor score. And that makes it 3 straight kicks now for the East Belmont side to get back in this game.
Right, East Belmont 11-6-72, Bannockburn 14-6-90. Right, the kick in from the full-back sees it come out to the half-back line. Players fly marked there to the big fella in Larkins. His handball comes round the wing.
Craig Edwards, the black.
Towards centre half forward. The player pushing the back. The umpire calls play on. Bannockburn come out of defence through the agency there of Pickering. He's kicked to the half-forward line. Players dive on the ball.
Great play.
Both sides desperate. Comes out to where we see the big fella legged, and will take the free kick. A quick handball from that free kick sees the ball transferred down towards the half-forward line, but no one home again.
Poor disposal.
No one home for East Belmont. It was a poor kick, but Pickering for Bannockburn has taken the mark. A quick handball by Pickering finds Hart. Hart handball towards the half-forward line. Picked up there and kicked in ground by a Webb. McLaughlin's got the ball, twisting and turning, goes nowhere. Condon picks it up, drives it down, and finds a teammate down there on the 50-metre line. And I think it is it a Pilgrim?
Yes, it's Delegate. Darryl Delegate Pilgrim has taken the ball some 45 metres from goal on a 45-degree angle. And, well, he's kicked 2 goals, 1 to date, out of the Bannockburn total of 14-6.
He's using up some time too.
Yes, valuable time, because East Belmont, well, they've been doing a fair bit of attacking, but unfortunately their disposal across half forward has made it hard. As Pilgrim comes in now and kicks a great goal. He's 3rd and Bannockburn's 15th.
Right, and at the 12-minute mark of the final quarter, the guest video production final quarter, we've got East Belmont now 11-6-72. Belmont go on to 15 goals, 6-96.
Well, now East Belmont's going to test their character. How hard can they work now for the remainder of this match? There's some 15 minutes, I would suggest, left in this game of football. Plenty of time.
Big fellow down at full forward, number 27 in Sutherland. Got a big lot of strapping round the thigh there on the right leg.
Not good at all for Tiger Sutherland, as we see Woodman get the ball down again. Oh, Stewie Pickering has copped one there from the gazebo. We see the ball spilled away. Pilgrim comes in, his spiral torpedo from 70 metres out. Great to football from the half forward, but he's offline and through for another minor.
And takes Bannockburn now to 15-7-97, East Belmont 11-6-72, and that's on the guest video production final quarter at the 13-minute mark. Ball brought back into play to the half-back line. Scrambly play, East Belmont desperately trying to get this ball forward, but unfortunately for them it goes across the line and we'll have a throw in.
Well, we've been travelling, let's have a look, 11.5 minutes, sorry, it's 13.5 minutes of this last quarter, where we see that the big fellow, Rick Larkins, copy one a bit high there, and Craig Edwards is a little bit undisciplined there, Craig, because you had the football then, Ricky Larkins, and, well, that free kick has given another possession to young Kevin Connors, and chops now. Slaps the ball onto his left foot, up to the teeth of goal. Woodman there, can't take the football. Desperate there after the ball. We see that Esso was well trapped as Darryl Pilgrim breaks clear, but the umpire is called for a bounce. some 35 metres from the Bannockburn goal.
Throws it up. The big fella for Bannockburn taps it forward. That was Turnley. Picked up here in defence for East Belmont. Kicked around towards the wing. Up high there for East Belmont. 2 grabs, 3 grabs at the ball. Still not paid there was number 35 in Kelly.
Great football there though from Connors again. And young Kevin Connors has had many possessions here this afternoon, and a great mark taken there by possibly the best man on the ground for mine, in Wayne Woodman.
I think he had a little bit of a holiday in that last quarter, Ronnie.
Yeah, I think you're right too. Kevin Connors I like. He's done very well for his side. I also like the gazebo, or I should say gazoo, in Dave Ferguson.
He's played a rattling game for East Belmont.
We see that Wayne Woodman waltzes in and pops through his 5th goal for the Tigers, and Bannockburn 16th, and it's just about wrapped it up, I would suggest, here this afternoon.
Yes, at the 15.5-minute mark of the final quarter, the guest video production final quarter, we got East Belmont on 11.672, Bannockburn 16.7, 103. Yes, East Belmont had just lost that little bit of zip here in the final quarter. Got the ball up towards the half-forward line, but just can't penetrate the strong Bannockburn defence. The ball up in the centre, up they go. No one gets it a very decisive tap out. The ball goes towards the wing, where we see a tried to kick off the ground there. Umpires moved in, and a free kick for holding the ball, and the receiver of the free kick will be Lucas. Lucas drives the ball towards centre half forward. Players set themselves over the back of the pack. Comes down, a quick kick towards goal by East Belmont. Goes out towards the boundary line, and a throw-in will result.
Well, East Belmont mustn't have any reserves, as Dale Sutherland, as you said earlier, Barry, got that right thigh heavily strapped and can hardly move, as we see that Alan Woodman comes in, gets the ball to Kevin Connors again. Gee whiz, he's had a ton of kicks. On this occasion, the kick drops short, and Gary Davidson takes an easy chest mark. Davidson looks up the ground. He sees Craig Edwards make some space for himself, and I would suggest that Craig Edwards will kick his first goal this afternoon. He's taken the ball 40 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle, and shouldn't have too many problems here in converting a 6-pointer.
And they must have found a reserve, Ron, because I see Sutherland just coming off the ground here as Edwards lines up for this kick.
The drop punt swings, and I think you'll find it swung straight through to centre here at Winners Reserve. Craig Edwards' first major, and East Belmont's 12th.
And we've been going 17 minutes into the final quarter, and we have East Belmont 12 goals, 678, Bannockburn 16-7, 103.
Well, the East Belmont boys are staying to their tasks, and let's hope that they can kick another 3 or 4 quickies just to make it an interesting game.
Yes, the ball back in the centre. We have the big fella Larkin still in there for East Belmont, Woodman for Bannockburn. Larkin thumps the ball forward towards centre half forward, where it's grabbed there for by Pickering. His kick comes out towards the half forward line, bouncing towards the boundary line. East Belmont can't trap it as it goes across the line. We'll have a throw in. Right, Larkins against Turnley. Woodman grabs the ball from the ruck, tries to handball, it goes nowhere. Connor's in there again for Bannockburn. Picks the ball up, drives towards the forward pocket. Players contest down there. East Belmont kick the ball off the ground. Comes towards where Turnley it bounces away from him. Bounces away from Woodman. Coming through is for East Belmont there. Oh, he dealt with after he kicks the ball was Ferguson, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds.
Well, should be on again in a minute.
Right, the second umpire calling for the ball to be thrown in. Woodman's there on his own. Up he goes over the back of the pack. Double down, taps the ball forward. Pickering for Bannockburn picks it up. Comes around. A quick handball to a teammate under pressure. Another handball sees it go to Woodman. Alan Woodman. He kicks towards the half-forward line. No one can take the ball down there. Turnley going for it for Bannockburn. And the ball's run across the line, and we'll have another throw in.
Chris Hart there, a little bit of trouble for the Bannockburn side too. I don't know what he's done. Could be cramp, I would suggest.
And Gary Condon limping here just on the wing. Woodman, Turnley thumps the ball back where we see McLaughlin with the ball. Handballs it back to a teammate there who sinks the boot into it, down towards the wing. Pickering there taps the ball towards the boundary line where a teammate slips and slides, unfortunately for him, and across the line it goes, and we'll have another throw in. That was David Webb, couldn't control it there.
Okay, now the ball is on centre wing, outer side of the ground. Terry Carter throws the ball back into play. Used his body well there was Larkins. Allowed the young Posman to come through. That was Dingo. Davidson held without the football there and will take the free kick for the East Belmont side. Move the ball, son. Move it long, move it quickly. Does the spiral torpedo. Up there for the big flyers. Cheetah. So over the top was Wilkins. Couldn't take the football. As we see that Rash, that's Terry Hart, goes thump, knocks the ball 30 metres and goes straight over the line, and that's what you would call the supreme defensive tactic.
He only had one thing in mind then, that was to find the white line. Right, Woodman grabs the ball, runs straight towards the boundary line, back to Hart. Hart just drops it at his feet, and a free kick for deliberately putting it out of bounds there has gone to East Belmont, and Double Dan will take this kick. Got a wry smile on his face too, Hart. I think he knew he was pinged then.
Well, the captain coach, Rod Dabbledam, has yet to kick a six-pointer here. A pretty tough shot, as you can see. The drop punt.
Tell you what.
It's a lovely looking kick.
I tell you what. Ooh, mustn't have missed by much. 1 point as the result to East Belmont. And at the 21-minute mark, we have East Belmont 12-7-79, Bannockburn 16-7-103. Right, ball brought back into play by Woodman for the Bannockburn side, and a free kick out there given to Bannockburn, and it will be taken by...
It looks like number 39, Barry Walker, in the Dominator. Mark Johnson goes short and finds Tillman. Tillman goes short and finds the Rash. That looks like Terry Hart from here. A little bit spectacular in that chest mark is the Rash, as he's now just looking up the ground as he decides now to kick the ball long. Up there, a big leap over the top. Couldn't take the football though for mine. Was a big leaper there in Ward. Play goes on now where we see Pilgrim pick the footy up. Goes inside. That was Ronnie. Back to the Rash. Breaks clear now of McLaughlin, and good pressure there though from Michael Johns. Sees the ball now go over the line and out of bounds on centre wing, a member's side here at Winters Reserve.
Right, the ball brought back into play. The ruckman contest up over the top is Edwards for East Belmont. A kick off the ground, sees the ball go up to where Ferguson picks it up. A quick handball by Ferguson, inboard, finds a teammate. Another handball here, finds Edwards. He puts a player under pressure. He kicks the ball wide. Unfortunately, the only player there is Webb for Bannockburn. He kicks the ball down towards the half-forward line where Wayne Woodman takes a nice mark. Under pressure, the pressure applied there by Posman, but a nice strong mark to Woodman.
Aussie Joe, that was. Aussie Joe Posman, as we see Wayne Woodman now break clear from 50. Kicks long. The ball floats, but I think floats right across the face of goal. Allen was there, but couldn't take the ball.
He's paid.
Well, what's he paid?
Well, I'd say he's paid a mark.
Well, dearie me. Alan looks pretty happy with himself as he waltzes back there in front of the East Belmont social rooms. He's kicking the ball though, pretty tight angle, but
wouldn't he love
more
to
than
kick
20
this one
metres
from that position?
Yes, and give the crowd the big salute. The captain coach of Bannockburn waltzes in with that drop punt, and I think you'll find, yes, he's kicked a badly or a needed goal there for the Bannockburn side. He's kicked his third, I should say, as I'm getting a bit tongue-tied here myself after the confusion that's been surrounded here today.
What confusion?
With some of these decisions. But
don't you know the man in white is always right?
Not today, Josephine.
Right, on the guest video production final quarter scoreboard, we've been going 24 minutes. East Belmont 12-7-79, Bannockburn 17-7-109. The ball up in the centre. Neither ruckman get it, where we see the big fella in Larkins handball it back out. Pickering going across that half back line. The ball handballed out by East Belmont. Picked up here. Desperate play and good play by number 11.
What a great goal.
Bukta.
Chuka. Great goal, son. And Chook kicks his second.
And Alan Woodman not happy, even though booked a strong play on his behalf to get that goal for East Belmont. Alan is still not happy and still talking to the umpires out there. And at the 24.5-minute mark on the guest video production final quarter, we've got East Belmont 13-7-85, Bannockburn 17-7-109.
Okay, well now the ball back to the centre. We've got sick Rick Larkins against the skipper, Alan Woodman. Larkins gets the ball down, but Posman overruns the footy. Woodman's still in there fighting for his side. Goes to ground now, and I think you'll find the umpire in Darren Bench will call for another bounce.
Big fella Larkins has done a terrific job here this afternoon for East Belmont in the ruck, I believe. Right, the bounce of the ball favours Woodman. He taps it forward, where we see coming through there for Bannockburn, number 35, McMahon. Comes out to where Terry Hart kicks the ball down towards the pocket. It eludes all players, bouncing towards the goal line. A run for the ball here and skidding through the goal with the ball, rushing it through for East Belmont there was number 25, Eskridge, and another point results to Bannockburn, takes them to 17-8, 110, East Belmont 13-7-85.
Okay, the full back now, and Jason Smith kicks a beautiful looking kick too, out to the members' side of the ground. He's kicked that 70 metres at least. As we see now, the door being held there for mine a bit high was Booby. Goes into the Craig Edwards and finds him. Play on, says Craig, and so he does too. Spears the drop punt down, but the kicker, a poor one. Wilkins there now. Oh, nice. Beautiful football. Barry Wilkins shoots it. Goal. I think you'll find he's popped it through. Great goal, Barry Wilkins and Bazza. What can I say?
That was a nice play there. It was a nice pick-up, nice turn out of trouble and kicked truly. And at the 26.5-minute mark of the guest video production final quarter, we got East Belmont 14-7-91, Bannockburn 17-8, 110. And what would have East Belmont given for a good half forward line in the first half?
Yeah, you're right. Barry Walker is, we're just waiting now on the footy. And, well, there's still plenty of time in this game of football. I tell you what, the way they've moved that ball there from half back, East Belmont, and kicked a great goal. They could kick 3 or 4 of those in the remaining 5 minutes. It's just a matter of whether Rick Larkins can find the target in either Ernie Posman, the Dingo, Craig Edwards, or even my old mate there in Dave Ferguson, the Gazoo.
Right, Larkins gets the tap down in the centre. Woodman tries to get it out. In there, fighting hard is Ferguson again. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, young Ferguson again for East Belmont. He gets the ball, drives the ball wide towards the half forward line, and a free kick paid further down the field. I was watching the ball, I didn't see it.
And a 50-metre penalty as well. Well, I didn't quite see. I think that was against Ronnie Pilgrim, the Amiga man. And I don't know what he did.
No, it results back to the original free kick to Ferguson, I think, because the umpires come from that area, come down to the player, took the mark, and has gone further down the ground with the 50 metres.
Well, Paul Cheetahs has got a real opportunity here. He's kicked one to date. Walsh is in from point-blank range and splits the woodwork here at Winners Reserve. Paul Cheetahs kicks his second and East Belmont's 15th.
Right, and we have East Belmont now on 15-7-97, Bannockburn 17-8, 110, and that's on the guest video production final quarter, and we've been going 28 minutes into this, the final quarter. That's about, 5 goals from 50 metres here this afternoon?
Yes, there's been quite a number.
Right, the bounce of the ball in the centre. Up they go. The big fella for East Belmont again. Larkins gets the tap down, but sharking the ball there was Pilgrim. Handballs the ball wide to where we see the big fella internally trying to get the ball. He's caught with the ball for mine, and the free kick goes East Belmont's way. Right,
move the ball, son, and move it. He does too. Does young Porky goes to half forward. Booked umpire. tries to get his kick there. Larkins feeds it off now. We see that the Sudsy gets a quick kick to half forward. Cheetahs on the half volley. Posman's there also. Players still going in pretty strongly for the leather, but I think you'll find there it is. The final siren has sounded here at Winters Reserve with the ball on half forward line for the East Belmont side. Well, congratulations to both sides here today. It's been a crackerjack game of football. We've had everything, Barry Walker.
Yes, a very good game of football here this afternoon, Ron. Second half clips the first half for mine. Both sides, credit to both clubs. They fought it right out. East Belmont and Bannockburn fought it right out to the end, and East Belmont got within, 13 points at the final siren?
Yes, they did, Barry. The final scoreboard shows that Bannockburn, 17 goals, 8, 110, have defeated East Belmont 15-7-97, a 13-point victory to the Bannockburn Tigers. But, as I mentioned earlier, a great game of football here by both sides. East Belmont kicking 4 goals, 1 that final term to Bannockburn's 4 goals, 4. But as Barry Walker has already suggested, after half-time, East Belmont slammed on 11 goals, 4 to Bannockburn's 8 goals, 3. So, all in all, East Belmont could probably look at that second quarter for their demise here this afternoon.
Yes, their forwards in the first half, I believe, let them down, especially half-forward line. They couldn't get the ball over that half-forward line, and as I said in that last quarter, what would they have given, for a little bit more from their half-forwards and forwards in that first half?
I tend to agree, Barry Walker, and, well, that's football, and, well, I suppose we'll be back very shortly, Barry, with the final summary and announce the guest video Reece Plumbing Best Performer Award.
I'm here at Winters Reserve this afternoon. A good game of football. The goal kickers for this afternoon for the winners: Bannockburn. Rob Henderson kicked 1. Wayne Woodman, centre half forward, kicked 5. Stuart Pickering 1. Alan Woodman, the captain coach, playing in the ruck, kicked 3. Ron Pilgrim 3. Damien Dillon 1. And Darryl Pilgrim, the live wire around the forward line, kicked 3. For East Belmont, we had their captain coach in the centre, Doubleton, kicked 1. C. Edwards 1. B. Wilkins 1. E. Posman 1. A. Bookter 2. D. Ferguson 1. D. O'Sullivan 2. Edwards 1. Titus 2. Sutherland 2 and Kelly 1.
Okay, best players, Barry, this afternoon. Gee, there's been a couple. First of all, with the Bannockburn size, well, I thought that one of the better players on the ground all day was number 3, Kevin Connors, for the Bannockburn side. Did a marvellous job all day. Also, Wayne Woodman kicking 5 goals at centre half forward. Stuart Pickering on a wing, played well. Alan Woodman, of course, the captain coach, dominated the aerial duels for most of the day as well. And also the other big ruckman from the from Bannockburn side, Steve Turnley. I thought his contributions, Barry, were pretty aggressive all day for the footy.
Yes, he did the bulky work in front of the packs, with Woodman coming over the back and getting the majority of the knockouts. But he was there contesting all day.
Okay, well, East Belmont, who have gone down by 13 points here today, and just hang on there as the, I don't know what's happened to the system here, but there's an awful noise coming into the headsets, and he's obviously pulled something out there, I'd say. That's it, yeah, the mixer. Thanks very much. As we see that the East Belmont side were very ably assisted by Chook Andrew Bookter. Gazoo, the old Gazoo in the centre, Dave Ferguson, and was probably one of the better players for East Belmont all day. Paul Cheetahs on half forward, he kicked 2 goals and really took some lovely marks and could have kicked 4 or 5 had he had his right kicking boot on.
In the third quarter, he came right into the game across the half forward line there and gave East Belmont plenty of drive.
Big sick Rick Larkins worked hard all day, and I've got to give a commendation to him, because without Ricky Larkins, Alan Woodman Well, could have been a one-horse show.
Yes, I don't think he went off the ball all day. He was there contesting all day, doing the